let us start, my dear friends, with a simple limpia. Perhaps you've already been feeding your mesa. A limpia meaning a cleansing. You could use a little Florida water, a little agua de Florida, or a smoke, a rattle. And if you do not have a mesa, you can always send your intentions through the screen. You can't see my altar mayor, it's off screen, but you can send your intentions into the screen. Or if you have some sort of a sacred medicine piece, you could have that before you as your focal point if you don't have a mesa. And if you'd like to find out more about creating a mesa, you can always go to the Heart of Healers website, and there are many different resources there and lots of different sanctioned teachers who can answer your questions and so on. So thank you very much for joining us tonight, everyone. All right, now let's allow for our feet, if we're sitting up in a chair, to rest gently on the floor if possible, without any rubber soles to separate them from the earth. It just makes it a little easier. But if you need that on your feet, you can always focus more on the floor of your pelvis and sending your root down through that into the earth. So let's take a moment in settling in, or if you're sitting cross-legged or what have you, to just really drop into whatever's supporting our weight, letting our shoulders fall away from our ears with generous space between the shoulders along the front of our chest, and opening up the back space between our shoulder blades, and allowing the tops of our ears to ease into the heavenward direction, allowing our shoulders to fall, and if possible, our hands could be open to the heavens, our palms, with our hands resting in our lap. And you can allow for this sense of grace and surrender into the earth with this awareness of Pachamama, of Mother Earth, inviting us into her embrace. Let's start with a deep series of cleansing breaths. I'm going to do 3 because it really helps me drop in. I'm going to breathe in through my nose and retain for a moment in my heart, my Hatun Sanko, the intention to just release any heavy energy, any hucha, into Mother Earth, sending it down through my body and down into my mesa, or right into the earth. And I'll do that 3 times. And then we'll just get connected briefly into Pachamama through our feet and or our pelvic floor, as if we're sending a root down as we breathe out and in through our nose. So let's start with the cleansing breath, or in my case, I'm going to do 3. You can do 3 as well if you like. Here we go. And again. One more time if you like. And now just breathing in and out through your nose, sending a grounding cord, or a root, if you will, down through your pelvic floor. You could send one down through each of the soles of your feet, or if you're sitting cross-legged, down through each of your legs, deeper and deeper into the earth. And I find that breathing for a count of 7 is very helpful, breathing in and out through the nose. And as I breathe in and out, I'm just sending these roots, these grounding cords, deeper and deeper into Pachamama. So let's just do 3 breath cycles like that, going deeper and deeper into Pachamama. And as we go deeper and deeper, perhaps a great tree, a great Malki ancestor could be guiding you to suggest or inspire you on how deep you want to go. Maybe far deeper than any mm, any Malki may seem to reach with their roots. Or maybe you reach not as deep but very wide, or whatever feels good to you. And on the third breath, just hang out there for a moment, breathing in and out through the nose to really root into that space. And now in that place, let it become even more rooted and feel the connection with Pachamama and with Amaru, the serpent energy of boa and anaconda and all the creepy crawlies nourishing us. And now let's breathe up through our nose in a 7-count breath for 3 cycles. And each time we'll just draw up the energy of Kaosai up from the earth into our roots and then into our sacred stomach, our Wilko Koshko, and further up into our hearts. All right, here we go. And even on the out breath, sending that Kaosai, that chi, that earth energy, further up through our legs, our roots, and up into our Wilko Koshko, our sacred stomach, and further up through our solar plexus until we get to our hearts. And once we reach our heart on the exhale, we can just allow the heart to light up like a beautiful lantern of red warmth and send the energy back down into Pachamama. One more. Bathing all of our organs of our torso and our abdomen and down through our legs with this beautiful Kaosai. And then let's take a moment to connect to the above by opening our crown like a beautiful blossom or a 1,000-petaled lotus, reaching and opening to the above as we breathe in Kanchai, or the energy of the stars, down into our crown on a 10-count breath. We'll retain for 10, and then we can breathe out for 10 through the nose, breathing it down deeper and deeper into our body. And we'll do 3 of those breath cycles, breathing into the center of our third eye, then deeper down into our heart, and finally down into our koshko, our sacred stomach, and then sending that down into the earth to become a beautiful column of light, a saiwa. So let's start with a cleansing breath to have empty lungs to breathe into. And then we'll do 3 cycles of these breaths, and then we'll open the mesa. Here we go. And sending Hucha into Pachamama to clear our lungs. And now breathing in through our crown, breathing in Kanchai from above on a 10 count. Here we go. And retaining for 10. Cleansing, clearing, opening, receiving, allowing the white light of Kanchai shot through the silver, gold, platinum to course through us, and breathing out through the nose, down through our pituitary gland and pineal gland, the front of our face, back through our skull, down through our shoulders, into our hands, and down into our heart, and breathing in. Retaining the breath, letting further Kanchai course down through the crown of our head and around the back, front, and sides of our physical form, and down into our throat, the nape of our neck, down into our Hatun Sanko, our great heart, our central heart, and up through the palms of our hands, up into our heart, and down through our heart, into the palms of our hands, and breathing out into our sacred stomach. And now breathing in to that center through the above. And retaining, drawing further all that beautiful white light of Kanchai and the silver, the gold, the platinum, and the purple of the crown deep down into our Wilko Koshko, which is basically just behind our navel or maybe 2 inches below it in the center of our body. And now, on an out breath, sending all this down through our legs and our root into Mother Earth. And now just breathing in and out through the nose, allowing a sense of that saiwa, that column, that pillar of beautiful kanchai to course down through our bodies and all around our physical form, especially down the backspace behind us and filling out all the space around us, filling out our energy field, our pokpo, to open as a saiwa, as a column of light, a hollow bone, to receive into Pachamama and into our mesa, and opening our mesa to that. Now let's let our hands float up and turn the palms of our hands to face the center of our mesa rumi, as it's called. And we're going to intone the directions of opening the mesa, starting with Pachamama. Let us breathe in deep the Kanchai from above, and then we will intone Pachamama 3 times. Let's start with the cleansing breath first, so we have nice empty lungs. Here we go. Now breathing in deep for Pachamama. 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 And breathing up from the earth as well to really connect with Mother Earth. Pachamama. Ayo Pachamama, Mother Earth, Sophia Gaia. We thank you, Mother. We thank you. We praise you. And we hold you dear for protecting us, for nurturing us. Dear beloved Pachamama Gaia, Sophia. Thank you, Amaru, Boa, Anaconda, and all the creepy crawlies. Thank you. Thank you, the element of earth, Aipa, and so many other associations that come in the Pachacudi Mesa with the sacred direction of the south, which in certain ways is also the below. We also thank the Tirakuna, the watchers, the guardians divining of the south. May we be in good way with you, beloveds, as the new moon approaches, as we near the entering into the year of the fire horse. For, of course, the Chinese New Year is at hand. It has not yet occurred. May we be in integrity, in Yankai, and right action, and love for the task at hand, to be in alignment with the Tirakuna and with all the beings and the forces of the South. Ahayo, Pachamama. Now we bring our attention to the left side of the mesa, our west, Mama Kia, Grandmother Moon, keeping our palms of our hands more or less open to the center of our mesa. Let us enjoy a deep cleansing breath to empty our lungs, and then we'll breathe in deep for Mama Kia. Here we go. Breathing in for Mama Kia. Mama Kia. Mama Kia. Mama Kia. Ayo Mama Kia, Grandmother Moon, the divine feminine, the left side of the mesa, that which cleanses and purifies us, among many other sacred functions. Ayo Chawapa, the medicine of dolphin and whale and all the sacred swimmers. And, in honor of dear David Jordan, those that go deep in hibernation. Ukomari, the bear. I know many of you identify closely with bear medicine, as do I, for that is what my name actually means. And the marmot and other creatures of that sort. Ahio, delvers of the deep. Ahio, the sacred yin aspect of the mesa. Ahio, unu, the sacred waters in all your many forms. The liquid. Ahio, the Aukikuna, the guardians of Aini of the West, the nature spirits. Beloved Aukikuna, may we be in Aini with you and enjoy the blessings that you offer in Aini of good way of being, good relationship with self and other. May we enjoy the blessings and embody the beingness of Munai, compassion, unconditional love, which is central to this heart-centered tradition. Ahayo Mamakia. And now bring our attention to the north, opposite where we sit, which is also the above. Miro-Quesada. Let us start with a cleansing breath, and then we'll breathe in deep, especially through the crown, the nape of the neck, the throat, etc. And we will intone Miro-Quesada 3 times. Let us begin with the cleansing breath. Breathing in. Miro-Quesada. 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 Ayo Miro-Quesada. Great originating mystery, God, goddess, creatrix, creator, source. By many names are you known. We thank you. We thank the above. May you inspire us. Ahayo, the medicine of the tutelaries of the north, that of Kunturpa, Kuntur, Condor, Agila, Eagle, and all the winged ones that come to you, beloveds, at this time and throughout your day and your week and in your dreams. A few of those being for me, raven, owl, hawk, falcon, blue jay, crow, ibis, cardinal, harpy, eagle, golden eagle, dove, and so on. Ahio. Ahio, the tutelaries, rather, the guardians of Aini of the North, the Marki Kuna, as Darcy Copus would say, the green standing nation, the noble tree beings, the Ahio teachers, exemplars, and elder siblings. We honor you. We ask that you may bless us and Aini with your blessing of hierophany, of spiritual connection, the blessing of Yuyai. Ayawaira, wind, spirit, prana. May we be blessed with your guidance, your perspective, and connectivity. as Waira further cleanses us of hucha and feeds it into the other elements as needed. Ayo-ira-kocha. And now we continue on our journey around the sacred clock face, if you will, the sacred spiral of the mesa, to the east, the right side, that of Inti, grandfather's son. Let's start with, surprise, surprise, a cleansing breath. And then we'll breathe in deep, especially into the third eye and behind the heart, if you like. And intone Inti 3 times. Let us begin with a cleansing breath to offer hucha. Breathing in for Inti. And one more. Ayuinti Taita, grandfather, son, the sacred masculine. We honor you, we thank you as well, dear father, dear grandfather of flame, of Wilkenina, sacred fire. Oh, Nina, may you decalcify and open our pineal gland and our sacred energy centers to vivify and further fortify and clarify and inspire our vista in virtud, our third eye seeing of discernment. We honor the tutelary guides of the East, the medicine of Pumapa, Puma, Yotorongo, Jaguar, as well as Panther and the other four-leggeds, especially the great cats. Ahio, you beloved conveyors of Yachai, of higher mind. May we be in good way, in good relationship with the guardians of Aini of the right side of the mesa, the beloved Machula Arlanchis Kuna, the benevolent old ones, the bodhisattvas, if you will, of this sacred lineage, as well as all the healed ancestors and all of the wisdom keepers of all heart-centered traditions. Ahio, beloveds. I also liberally add to that the forest people, who I honor and invite into this ceremonial space. Oh, you beloved Sasquatch elders, I see you. May you see yourselves in us and add yourselves to this grouping of healed ancestors and wise ones. Ayo, ayo, also. Mm, the wisdom, the blessings that the Machula Avalanche is bringing Aini. Maybe we found worthy of it. The blessing of psychological well-being and of fluency and the ability to bend in the winds of these tumultuous and challenging times. The Pachacudi, we are up for it. Please bless us with psychological well-being and resilience and wisdom, guidance from our higher selves and higher mind, that we may be hollow bones indeed in sacred service. Ahayo Inti. And finally, the sacred center, Kuichi, the rainbow, the soul. Let's start with the cleansing breath, my friends, and then we'll breathe in deep, especially into the solar plexus and the whole self. For Koichi, here we go. Breathing in for Koichi. Koichi. Chi. And one more up high, which is what I prefer. Ayokuichi, sacred rainbow. Ahayo, the center of the rainbow bridge. Ahayo, Bifrost, the rainbow bridge, honoring my ancestors of the northern regions of this planet. Ahayo, Yamapa, the medicine of Yama, Iapaka, the tutelaries of the center of the soul. Ahayo, Kamaska, the sacred originating power and energy. Texikai, Encanto, Acalicanto, Ahayo, Ahayo, the beloved medicine of Siwa Kenti, royal hummingbird, beloved messenger, guide, and hero, visiting from the high northwest, coming down through the sacred center, high above our heads, and cross-fertilizing us with your sacred nectar. Oh, Siwa Kenti, may you bless our mesas and our energy fields with your beautiful, scintillating, mercurial, and shape-shifting, inspiring, joyous medicina. Hayo. And may we be cross-fertilized with all of the heart center mesa carriers throughout time and space in this great eternal now. Ayo, also the Apukuna, the guardians of Ani of the center, the sacred mountain lords. May you be with us, O beloved Apukuna. May we be in alignment with you and in the medicine of Onyoy, of remembrance, of coming together. May we remember, may we reintegrate. May we be blessed and Aini with your blessing of protection and of efficacy of our ceremonial undertakings, that they may be true magic indeed, efficacious and true. Amen. Gratitude, Kuichi, honor you. And now, beloveds, if you haven't already, you can light your East candle. I'm going to do that now. It's a beautiful candle that was given to me recently by one of my dear friends and apprentices, Starhawk Colby Jacobson, who's probably on this call. Or if not, she's on it in spirit. All right, my friends. Let's just take a moment just to listen and just to be with the energies that have been opened and called upon. If your hands and arms are tired, you can, of course, rest them at any time on your lap with your hands up to the sky, or with your palms open to the sky would be suggested. But you can still do it with your heart open if you can't have your hands and arms physically involved. But if it helps, think of your hands and arms floating on a current of beautiful energy flowing down through your crown, that conchai from above, and coursing through and around your cranium and through the center of your head and down through your neck and around your shoulders and down through your and underneath your armpits and through your upper arms and your forearms and down throughout and around your wrists and out through your beautiful open soft palms and into the mesa. And from there, received by the mesa through the mesa rumi, the center of the mesa, and into Pachamama Gaia. Yes. And also down through your crown, down through your Hatun Sanko, your sacred heart center, down through your torso and your abdomen, down through your Wilko Koshko, your sacred stomach, which is being further fortified and nourished by this activity, down through that, down through your roots and your legs and your feet into the earth and coursing right down through you into Mother Earth. If you like, you could also imagine yourself in miniature floating over your mesa, coming down through you through the mesa if you like, or maybe other inspirational visions come to you. Yes, this is a creative art, and the mesa is yours to share and yours to continue to craft and co-create with in all moments of reverence. It is all permissible, for it is of the heart, and the heart is what matters the most in this intention-focused practice of service. And now, allowing the sense of these beings, these forces that have been invited in, and in the case of the tutelary animals, they are woven into the mesa, and they're always there for us as we call upon the directions. The guardians of Ani we honor, but we don't call them in. We just honor them in gratitude. But with all these energies and all this support, now allow for this continuing pouring in of Kanchai from above to further increase and open down through our head. Let it open up. Let the channel between our shoulders continue to receive and widen, to receive even more of this outpouring of this beautiful flow, this river, this muyu of this white light shot through perhaps with gold, platinum, silver, like a beautiful, purifying, cleansing, clearing, revivifying, divine nectar down through our shoulders, through our heart as well, and down through our arms and into our mesa, and now coming down from above as if Pachamama is floating in miniature above our mesa rumi, perhaps. We flying high above her, allowing this Kancha to pour down through us into her upper atmosphere, and then to be received by the sacred Apukuna, the sacred mountain lords, especially the 12 sacred lineage Apus of the area of the sacred valley. Apu Wasangate, Ahayo, Ayo, Apu Salkantai, Ahayo, Ahayo, Apu Pachatusan, great guardian, Ahayo, Apu Wanakari, kind grandfather, Ahayo, Apu Pico, birther of Cusco, Ayo, Api Imani, mother of Lake Titicaca, and foreparent of Lake Titicaca. Ayo, Apu Machu Picchu, place of the honored dead and the star beings in connection with the earth. Ahayo, Apu Veronica, big hip mama, generous protector and provider and shelterer. Ahayo, Apu Petusarai Sawasarai, not two, not one, the lovers, the open receiver of Kanchai coming through the liminal space between. Ahai, Apukolke Punku, the snow star. Ahai, Wapawira Kochan, or in other words, of Wirakocha, the old man of great fertility and wisdom. Ahai, Wapapumasio. Last but not least of the 12 sacred lineage, Apu's shapeshifter and connector of all the worlds, as well as Apuwanakari, great peak of the north of Peru, the highest peak of the Western Hemisphere. Ahio, great, great one. Ahio, all the sacred Apus that come to you, beloveds. Perhaps you have special relationships with Apus that you've done pilgrimages to. I certainly do. Ahio, all of those apokuna, and receiving down through the springs and the openings where the water pours forth, the sacred lagunas, the eyes of God in the high places of the mountains, and down into the streams and the pure rivers, and flowing down into the forests and the jungles, and also raining down upon the plains, and being received into the swamplands and the wetlands, and into the deserts, and descending upon all the different land structures and forms and the sacred rock formations and other domains of the Tirakuna, for example, and upon the great oceans, the great receiving uh, massive seas and bodies of water of Mamacocha, and all throughout and into the Seke lines that traverse the face of Pachamama Gaia, and into the various apachetas and wakas, the sacred sites and the sacred geological formations that you may be aware of, and into and throughout all the sacred places of the earth, the wild places, as well as the sacred temples of humanity, and then reaching into a place on Mother Earth and deep into her core, feeling out one particular area perhaps that would most benefit from your attentions. And at this time, let us now allow for our prayerful receiving and sending forth as hollow bones of Kanchai, sending that into that place that comes to your awareness, or those places, to re-heal, to be nurtured, without us attenuating or micromanaging it, but rather just letting it pour through us with even greater vigor, ease, grace, and majestic, abounding power. Yes, of a pure, open, crystalline nature, a pure, open heart, further opening our wings to receive as condors floating upon these high etheric energies, down through our wings, down through our open, light hearts, into and throughout Pachamama, and into those places that most ask for this ministration of beautiful energies from the Anak Pacha, from the gods, from the great ones, through us. Yes. And continuing to be open to that receiving and that channeling as a hollow bone now. Let us begin to bring our attention to someone or someones who are in need of our care and our love and of healing from above and beyond, without even our fully fathoming how and in every way that it is ministered. And allow for yourself to say their names aloud. And because of time, I'm not going to open it up to the microphone, but I ask you to just speak their names out loud, if you will. This can include yourself. This can include all sorts of beings. They don't have to just be humans, but that's up to you. Let, if you will, if you have an animal ally healing piece of Purania, you could pick it up if you like, or you could, in your mind's eye, grasp it and call its name if you know it, that it has a name yet, if you know that name. And you could even lift up a rattle or some Florida water and you could feed it. So you can keep doing this with your right hand, open with your palm, or you could rattle, or you could hold your purania. I'm going to rattle with mine. And you could then ask it to go forth on this journey to help those who need it, even if you're that person and it's right here in front of you. And you can follow that animal ally that is brought forth, or maybe there's more than one kind of animal ally, and you can follow them and view their journey, or you can just trust it and let them go and keep supporting with these prayers. I'm going to do this just for a little bit longer. Ahayo, Urania, Ahayo, Medicina, Ahayo, los animales, Ahayo, healing medicina, Ahayo, Humpty, Ampoi, Ampoi. Boy. And if you have a Purania that you have not yet returned to your mesa, you can always take your time and give it a little kiss or honor it however you like and place it back on your mesa if it's been lifted up. If you don't have a Purania yet, that's okay. You can always do a 5-part apprenticeship and initiate one. All right, my friends, now continue to receive and open to this healing energy. And now receive it through you into the earth, and also bathe in it. Allow for this beautiful concha to be ministered to yourself as well, that you may benefit from this healing intention. And if you've already done that with yourself, do it a little more. We're up for a lot on this crazy ride that we're in right now. So it wouldn't hurt. Little self-love is always good. Not the self-centered kind, but the kind that is of an open, curious, and grateful heart. Yes. All right, my friends. And now let's take a big scoop of humpy of medicine spirit with our right hand sweeping across the mesa field, both our own mesa and the collective field that we've created, and bring it to your Hatun Sanko, your central heart. And then let's take a big armful of humpy with our left-handed arm, drawing in very generously, and bring that over our Wilko Koshko, our sacred stomach, which is basically going to be over or just below our navel, within the center of our body. And now, if you like, you could do a cleansing breath to have really deep, empty lungs. But when you're ready, you're going to breathe in really deep through both hands into those two centers, retain, and then let's breathe out through the nose into those two centers to further deepen the medicine. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to breathe in through the nose through my hands. And retain, crystallize, alchemize. Let it become even more deeply received, trusting, and then breathe out to further seal that in through the nose. And now one more time, breathing in really deep through the nose. Retain. And then on the out breath, we're going to send it through our mouth quite vigorously up to the heavens in Aini. Okay? Here we go. Crystallizing in the heart in the Wilko Koshko. And then 1, 2, 3 will blow up to the heavens. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. All right, friends. Now, let us bring our hands up with our palms facing our mesa, and let's close the mesa now. I'll lead us rather rapidly. Pachamama. Gratitude, gratitude, Pachamama, gratitude, all the beings of the south, gratitude to the earth. And now the west, Mama Kia. Mama Kia. Gratitude and love, Mama Kia, Grandmother Moon, the oceans, the waters, all the beings of the west. Dolphin and whale, we are so in need of your loving, super intelligent, playful wisdom and heart-centered magic. Thank you. And now the north, Wiracocha. Wiracocha. Gratitude, praises to Wiracocha. The heavens above, the Hanak Pacha, Ahio, Ahio, the Malkikun, Ahio, the winged ones. And now to the right, to the east, Inti. Inti. Gratitude, sacred flame, four legates. Ah, the sacred healed ancestors. Ayo, higher self. And now Koichi. Ah, you're the soul, the magic of Yama and Alpaca, the sacred mountain lords, the ether. Mm. All right, friends, now if you would, let's bring our arms out straight with our elbows locked, the palms of our hands facing each other. And if you'd like, you can repeat after me. I'm going to speak in Quechua and then in English. Here we go. Mm. Kanshaipi, in light. Munaipi, in love. Muyupi, in wholeness. Wilkatiksipi, and in sacred relationship. Nyokanchiskipaipi. We remain, and I can't help but add this in honor of my homies of Peru. Winyai Kunan Kuichi. Eternal now rainbow. Or in the eternal now rainbow. Inaya. And so it is. Now I'm going to count to 3, and then we'll clap, and we'll blow up to the heavens in Aini and down into our mesas to seal all this goodness. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Heidi! Well, beloveds, it's 7:34, so I'm going to leave it at that because your time is precious. Thank you very much for attending tonight, and love you all. If you haven't seen Don Oscar's offering on the most recent email that had the Zoom link in there for our weekly call, check it out. It's a beautiful meditation. Thank you.